Um, hey guys, this is Trunchy back again to bring you another video, and today we are, I'm reviewing BeastMaster from 1982. It is a fantasy movie that I've seen for the first time recently. Um, so BeastMaster takes place in the fictional world of fuck, I forgot what it's called. It's Emery or Emer's the town. But it takes place in a fictional world. And there is this king and he has a child. But there's this bad guy called Mayax, played by Rip Torn, and there's this like prophecy. There's always a prophecy saying that he will be murdered by the king's child if it grows up, because he goes around murdering children anyways to gain power of the gods and shit, to appease the gods. So yeah, so he's gonna get murdered by this child. Him, the witches tell him. So the they end up stealing the child after Mayax is banished. Mayax is banished, so the witches steal the child of the king and put it into a boar, or not a boar, into like in this animal. I forgot what it was. I think it was a cow or something. And they tried to murder it, but this dude finds it. This farmer sees the murder and stops it with this like cool little thing he throws. He has a throwing thing. I forgot what it's called. And the kid, he raises a kid and calls him Dar. Now Dar is special and can speak to animals. Um, their town is then raided by the Jun. He's like They got like the samurai Japanese armor. They're cool looking, and they like ravage the town. They fuck it up, and Dar is the only survivor. So Dar has to go on a quest to avenge his family, and he ends up, meeting all these people, and it turns out to be, it turns into a quest to reinstate the new king, save the old king, and save the realm and shit from the evil Mayax and the army of the Jun. Um, Along the way, he has help from his animal friends and other people. This is a really fun movie. Um, I enjoyed it. There are a lot of aspects that keep it from being a basic fantasy, because I came in and it was going like a basic fantasy, but there's a lot of cool elements that kind of push it above. I love the animals. I think how he uses the animals to like find things and get things for him, or how he can see through their eyes. Like he has a eagle or a hawk. He can see through the hawk's eyes. He has two weasels who like steal things for him and get stuff for him. And he has a Black Panther who's like his strength. And yeah, and I really like the side characters as well. I like Tail, the kid who's supposed to be the king. Kiri, who is the cousin of the kid, and also his cousin, but he doesn't know, so it's like his love interest. But in the end, they find out they're cousins, and they don't give a fuck. They still make out. It's like if Star Wars, if Luke and Leia found out that, like, even after they found out they were brother and sister, they still kept getting it on. That's pretty much the situation. Um, there is Seth, who is like the only person with a normal name in this movie. I think there's like one more dude with a normal name, but it's funny because you got Dar and Kiri and all these exotic names, Mayax and Tail and all that, and then you have fucking Seth, which I love. Stuff's one of my favorite characters. Just how laid back and wise he is, and how funny he is. He really takes attention. Um, I really like some of the creatures in this movie. The witches look cool. There's like these. I guess I found out they were harpies. Um, they're like really cool creatures that play in later. Um, they're humans, but the Jun are cool warriors. Uh, they're really badass. Um, like I said, I really like what they did with the animals, especially at the end. They do a thing with one of the weasels, and it just came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh shit! Like they just fucking did that, and it's like, oh, it's like something I wasn't expecting. Um, like I said, the weasels kick ass though. They get in a fight and shit, which I really like. Mayax is a serviceable villain. Um, he doesn't really he does his purpose, but he's intimidate. Well, the thing is, he's not really intimidating. Like he does the whole villain thing, like we must find him, and I burn babies and children. I'm evil, and he's just kind of a throwaway villain. Like he doesn't really impact me. He's just kind of there to serve the story. Okay, fine. It's really weird because it's Rip Torn, and I like Rip Torn. And I thought I would be more like the villain more, but he's just kind of villain. He serves his point. He's not bad. He's just kind of he's there. Um, Tanya Roberts is also in this, and I thought I didn't know who this person was, but it's a Bond chick, and she has died recently, and so Rip Torn is also dead. So R.I.P. Um, that sucks. She does good in this movie. I really like her. She's a pretty strong character. She holds her own, kicks a little ass. You know, um, he does good. Like this movie's pretty. Nothing much for me to really say. Oh, I can say another thing. Dar is a decent, likable character. The thing is, his motivations are very likable. When he's interacting with the animals, he's very likable, and most of the time, he's a pretty good dude. But the guy is. There are some points where it's kind of rapey. Like when he first meets Kirley in the lake, he uses his weasels to steal her clothes, and then sicks his pamper on her. Not he doesn't attack her, but he kind of has his pamper act scary to her, and then saves her from the pamper, and then demands that she must fuck him for saving her from the pamper. And she doesn't let them know any of the animals work for him either, at first. And then later on, he also um, refuses to save the kingdom, which might be playful unless the Kiri gets with him. And in the end, he still makes up with her, even though it's his cousin. It's some weird shit. So yeah, there are aspects that are really likable. Like I said, he really cares about the animals. He fights for the animals. When he's interacting, you can tell he has a strong bond with them. That's likable. His dad died and stuff. It's likable. He's good to the people he meets. He's like a decent dude. He saves the kid. He's a good dude. But then he's also kind of rapey and kind of a little too horny. It's like, it's It's a little much. It's a little much. I did like this movie. I thought like I said, the impact with the animals were cool. The creatures were really cool. The ending was pretty badass. Like, there's like two endings, and the ending's pretty badass. I really like that. It's a decent fantasy, and it has some elements that push it over being just a mediocre fantasy film. I think it's worth to check out. I had a lot of fun with it. Has a couple flaws, but I think it's really creative, and I enjoyed the movie. I give it a 6.5, just above average, like a 6.5. Yeah. Um. So yeah, guys. We are going to end the video now, but yeah, man. Uh, check out BeastMaster if you haven't, And I hope you guys have a good day. Stay frosty. This is Frenchy signing off. Beep up boop.